take you to the candy shop. I let you the knowledge drop.
So guys, welcome back to the Music Mindset channel. Today we're going to talk about the artist 50 Cent. Now, I'm not here to focus just on his music. I want to talk about why he's even relevant these days and why you might keep hearing his name so much. I want to tell you a story that's half street grind, half boardroom hustle, and all 50 Cent. Or should I say Curtis Jackson? Because this man's life is part survival story, part business masterclass, and part circus act. Now let's be clear, 50 Cent didn't just stroll into the industry with a silver spoon in his mouth. He grew up in South Jamaica, Queens. His mom, Sabrina Jackson, was murdered when he was just 8 years old back in 1983. She was drugged and gassed in her apartment, which led to a fire. The circumstances were suspicious, and while authorities believed it was a homicide, her killer was never identified. Now that led him to be raised by his grandmother, Beulah Jackson. But by his teens, 50 was knee-deep in the drug game, not just dabbling, full-time grind. At 19, he was sentenced to 3 to 9 years in prison for dealing drugs, but he was able to secure his release after serving only 6 months just by completing a boot camp program and earning his GED. In 2000, boom, he got shot 9 times outside his grandmother's house.
On the side of us, the guy got out the passenger seat of that car, came around behind it, and shot through the actual car.
Now, most people would have just tapped out, just disappeared. Not 50. Although he had to lay low for a while for fear, he turned the shooting into part of his legend. Then fast forward 3 years to 2003. He drops Get Rich or Die Tryin, backed by Eminem and Dr. Dre. This thing sells over 12 million copies. The single off the album,
You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill a bub.
In the Club. It wasn't just a hit, it was everywhere, man. And if you were going out, you heard it.
Baby, don't sip a car like it's your birthday.
That album stamped him as a superstar. But here's the thing about 50. He never saw music as the finish line. Music was just a launch pad.
Money was always the visible financial restraint. You know, it's because I grew up without finances around me in low-income situation. I would always see opportunities or things that actually taking place that I couldn't be a part of because I didn't have finances.
Then comes 2004, the real hustle. 50 gets approached by the founder of Glass Soul, that's the company behind VitaminWater. Most rappers would have grabbed that quick cash. Not him, not 50. He goes after equity. They even rolled out a flavor for him called Formula 50. And when Coca-Cola buys that company in 2007 for $4.1 billion, old Curtis Jackson nets around $100 million after taxes. One move, $100 million? That's when people started calling him a billionaire. I don't know why. Let's keep it real. He wasn't. But he was rich enough to play in the big leagues. Now, true to 50 style, the ride wasn't all smooth. By 2015, lawsuits and legal problems had him filing for bankruptcy. Classic 50. He'll fake you out and win big, and he plays messy. Always has. From the streets. But here's the twist. He bounces back again. He flips bankruptcy into a reset. He launches Sire Spirits, pushes effing vodka, and dives deeper into the liquor game. Champagne, cognac. This dude's bottles show up with sports teams, luxury clubs, everywhere the money flows. And while all that's happening, he builds thisis50.com to pump out hip-hop news and keep fans locked in. And on social media, man, he's a master troll, trolling everybody. Instagram, Twitter, always stirring the pot, always back in the headlines. I guess with all that money, he didn't have a whole lot to do.
What's poppin'?
Then Hollywood comes calling.
That's Xanax. It's 1,000 bars in the pack. I get each pack for 1,000.
He doesn't just act, he produces. That show Power wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural juggernaut. Now there are spin-offs, more shows, and 50's not just starring now. He's the guy behind the curtain, pulling the strings. So yeah, the media keeps him in the spotlight. Not for new music. Let's be honest, nobody's waiting on a 50 Cent album in 2025. I think his rap game has kind of played out a little bit. What keeps him relevant is the mogul image. He turned the hustler's grind into a business empire. He plays the game with no shame, no filter, and sometimes no mercy. And that's why people keep watching what he's doing. So when you hear about 50 Cent in the news, just remember, it's not just about the songs that he did. It's about a man who took Get Rich or Die Tryin' and lived it to the letter. And yeah, I ain't playing with it. He's a sneaky rascal in disguise too. But you don't have to love him, but somehow you just can't ignore him. And that's what it is, man. 50 Cent rolling like the big boys in the big game, while a lot of people are just sitting back looking. Hey guys, I hope y'all appreciate that on the Music Mindset channel. I'm Mr. Mindset, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and all that stuff, and I'll see you around the corner.